Delicious.
Say right now, best Mane replacement and Game Week 5 captain. And look at that. I think there's a certain player that's going to run away with the Game Week 5 captain pole, but we'll see. What's up, Reborn? As always, just hit the eye in the top right corner to vote on them. Hover over it with your mouse, click it with your tablet, whatever you need to do. Got the game week score up finally. That'll cut the stream to half an hour. I think I've actually had it for the last 2 or 3 streams. Finally figured... Well, it's not that hard to be honest. I just finally got around to doing it. How's it going, Hamilton? How about Choupo-Moting? I don't even know how to pronounce that. That's how I'm going for it tonight. Choupo-Moting. The interesting thing is, I tweeted out, I was looking at his stats pre-game because I'd noticed him during the week, I think. He had like 5 shots inside the box or something like that. It wasn't like great, but it wasn't awful either. And I was thinking, is he a different option to Hesse? But I don't know. Like, I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon, I don't think. Don't think he's suddenly essential or anything. I'm doing good, Jeff. How are you? Davies is under too much threat from Rose. You know what? I'm done worrying about Rose. I've got a wild card in my back pocket. I'm just going to go for him. Do you know what I mean? How quickly is Rose going to come back when he's actually... Is he even training yet? I don't know if he is. The other option is to obviously go for Aurier, but we don't know for definite if he's going to start the next game. I just think Davies looks so good right now. You just liked the video already. Wow, and I've not even had to say anything. What a legend. If you are enjoying the stream, I mean, we have been on for... Oh, it says 10 minutes. That's not actually 10 minutes we've been on, but... Yeah, go ahead and like the stream. Let's get to 100 ASAP. Yeah, for anyone that follows me on Twitter, I basically tweeted out that I think waiting for Rose to come back is like last season when I didn't get Costa because of his yellow card. It just feels like the same thing, and to be fair, I didn't get him in at the start because I thought Trippier was going to be the better option, and obviously then he got injured, and then there was this are they going to sign a right back thing? So I got a bit unlucky there. But it's 5.7 for Davis. I still think it's a really good price. I was up to 304k before today, which is like a 90-ish rank rise. That's going to go down a bit with auto subs, but yeah, getting up there. Davies is always such an easy out if Rose comes back. Exactly. I just got to find 0.3 million to get Aurier in at that point, so I don't think it's the end of the world. I think absolutely better value than Alonso, I'm going to say. I'd rather have Davies in my team right now than Alonso. How's that for knee-jerking? To be honest, I would, like I said, I would have had a Spurs defender already. It just didn't quite work out. Although, the only way I can get it is do Gabbiadini to Abraham, which means I've got to bring in Abraham against Spurs and play him, which I'm not that happy with, to be honest. But I just don't know who to get cheap striker. I've even considered getting in a 4.5 million and going 4 at the back, but it's just the amount of transfers that would take to get to. I don't think I can quite do it for the defenders I want. Do I think Alderweireld to Davies is worth a free transfer? Probably not. Why not Bertrand to Davies? Then I got to keep Gabbiadini. I have toyed with getting rid of Lukaku, to be honest. Again. Yeah, I mean, Firmino is the one, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, what I'll do is I'll change my... I've got my points on the screen, so I'll just change to my team for this week. I'm playing Foster again. I'm starting to wonder if I should just play Elliot. Okay. There we go. So that's my current team for this week. So I got 1 million in the bank. So yes, I could do Bertrand to Davies, downgrade Lukaku to Jesus, and upgrade... Can I do that? Let me check a sec. You're going to talk me into that already. But can I really get rid of Lukaku? I don't know. The problem with that is I won't be able to afford Kolasinac as well, and he's another one I'm looking at. Firmino. Yeah, I can afford that. I can. I just wonder if Jesus... The thing I didn't think about with Jesus, I didn't even notice how good Man City's fixtures were. Like, I think it was actually Fozzie that pointed them out to me on Twitter. I was like, actually, yeah, they're really good. And he's $1 million less than Lukaku. Now, will he outscore Lukaku? I don't know, but can he keep up? I think he can. And is he on penalties? I don't know. I'm very tempted. Lukaku, Gabbiadini and Bertrand to Davies, Jesus and Firmino. And I have 0.4 million left in the bank. So I can still upgrade... I don't know. I could do something. Excuse me. A -4 though to get rid of Lukaku. Oh. It's tempting already. I mean, I'm not bothered about Bertrand long term, to be honest. Well, not over the next 3 game weeks at least. I'm not that bothered. I think the fixtures get nice again after that. It's a shame that I don't have 0.1 million left over, actually. I could have done long to... But I don't get Kolasinac then. If I keep Lukaku and do Gabbiadini to Abraham, it means I can get... Well, I can get Davies, Kolasinac and one of Bertrand or Daniels. So then I've got a pretty good defence, pretty good midfield. Do you know what I mean? An okay strike force, but... We'll see. Do it already. There's no point in using something that's not there. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, enough of my team. That is an option. A 4-pointer to get rid of Lukaku, though. I do feel like my team needs a freshen up at this point. Tammy and Kolasinac versus Firmino and Jesus. Yeah, when you put it like that. Now, Chris Wood I've thought about, but I watched that game. Like, his goal was lucky. Burnley didn't really create that much, to be honest. What's my wildcard strategy? Basically, wait until I need it. And I don't feel I need it now. I mean, people are saying wildcard now, but why? Like, who would I bring in that I don't already own? I mean, if I can get Davies, Jesus and Firmino just for 4 points, like, I don't need a wildcard, do I? I mean, Daniels has got a great fixture this week. Sutner, not ideal, really. But basically, long term, I'd want to swap. I'd want to play Davies every week. Rotate. I want to get a Burnley defender in, basically, and rotate with Daniels. And then Norton's got quite nice fixtures. Now, I don't know if I can really rely on clean sheets with Swansea, but we'll see. Oh, give me something. I want to make... I'm so tempted to make the Lukaku move. I feel like that's just... He's 4 in 4. Like, what's he done wrong? What has Lukaku done wrong? Nothing. And it's Everton at home. Like, what about the cliche? He's definitely going to score against his old club. There's Southampton away, who aren't great. Crystal Palace at home, who are awful. Fair enough, they'll have a new manager at that point, but... Oh, I don't know. Sell Lukaku. Anyway, as I've already said, enough about my team twice now. Defence is looking weak. Oh no, someone's that's it, that's who I was thinking about. What about Andy Carroll? He started tonight. Don't sell Lukaku. But the question is, do you not think that Jesus can match Lukaku? I mean, Jesus looks pretty much nailed on. Sure, he's not getting 90 minutes. But will that continue? Quite possibly. Lukaku averaging 1 goal a game. Boring. Costa last year. Yeah, we got to remember Costa was 9.5 million. Lukaku was 2 million more than that. I'm also not going to... Exactly. This is the way you got to look at it. It's Jesus and Firmino versus Lukaku and Gabbiadini. It's not just Jesus or Lukaku. Lukaku's on penalties, free kicks, and the lone striker. Oh, I want to do this on stream there. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that, lads. But look at... Hang on, right. Let's just... Okay, we'll stick with my team just for a sec. So this is who... Now, to be fair, Watford away is probably not the fixture we thought it might be at the start of the season. Watford at home, probably quite good. As in when Watford are at home. So Man City got to play them away. Then it's Crystal Palace at home, nice fixture. Chelsea away, not good. And then Stoke and Burnley at home. I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away with City, though, because Liverpool were the better team. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to do it on this stream, Ken. It'll be on the next stream, if anything. What do I think of De Boer? Can't remember now. Being sacked. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. They were so unlucky not to score against Burnley. They should have won. But they should have probably won, yeah. I mean, Scott Dann had 3 good chances. To be fair, 2 were cleared off the line. But that header at the end... I mean, potentially that header is the difference between him keeping his job or not, which is just insane. 4 fixtures. It's just not enough. I know there's a lot of money in the Premier League now, so they need to make sure they're in the league again next year. But Zaha out, Loftus-Cheek out, 2 of their creative players. Don't know. But that is football. Like, it's not even a shock, is it? It's just crazy. Do you know what I mean? Zaha's out, Loftus-Cheek's out, Sakho is yet to come in. City aren't as good as home, you might think. I don't necessarily need City to be good at home, though. I just need Jesus to score, and he's always the main man. Now, I do agree he's not... I would say he's not such a good option when Aguero's playing. He did score 2 at the weekend, but again, I don't want to take too much away from that Liverpool game. The red card changed everything. I'm loving the Salah, though. He's a bit frustrating to own because his finishing's not the best, but he gets into great positions. I mean, talking about expected goals from earlier, like when we first started the stream. Salah's expected goals are nearly 3 right now. He scored 2, so another one's coming soon. Very similar to Kane. A bit early, but game week 6, captain. That is a bit early, Fozzie. Probably Kane. Yeah, Spurs away to West Ham. I think Harry Kane. Or maybe Jesus against Crystal Palace because I won't have Lukaku any longer. Am I focusing on maximum points? Well, I'm kind of always doing that, I suppose. I don't have a plan for my wildcard. I'll use it in the next international break if I need it, but right now I think I'm looking okay. You just realised that Pogba's played all 90 minutes while Mkhitaryan has been subbed in all 4. Yeah, but we knew that was going to happen before the season started, to be fair. I mean, to be fair, Mkhitaryan was so close to an assist. If he'd gotten that assist, maybe he would have got a bonus or 2. I didn't quite look at that. Maybe not actually in a 4-goal game. If Lukaku converts that first time, Mkhitaryan has an assist. Job done. I think you're forgetting about Lukaku. He's absolutely nailed on. It's tough to say that for Jesus and Firmino. I do agree with that, but I think we sometimes worry about rotation and resting too much. Like, how often are Jesus and Firmino going to be rested after a Champions League or before a Champions League game? It's not going to happen every one. It's like Salah. He's just been rested. He's just played half a game. Like, he's surely looking good. I just don't think Solanke and even Sturridge are good enough to come in for Firmino anymore. Like, on a regular basis. Sure, Firmino might miss 1, maybe even 2 games over the Champions League, but I think that's pushing it. Out of 6 6 group games. I don't know. You are right, though. Lukaku won't miss a game. Yeah, yes, I like FIFA. You go Morata over Lukaku. Yeah. I don't know about Morata. Jury's still out about him. I mean, he looks really good. I just don't know if he's scoring a bit quick for the amount of shots on target he's having. I don't know if Mane has messed things up a bit, right? So obviously it makes Firmino and Salah not as great, but surely Coutinho is just going to come in for Mane. Salah might play on the right, Coutinho left. So yeah, so Coutinho would just come straight in for Mane. That looks pretty good. You want someone to rotate captaincy with? Yeah, I'm not that arsed. Like, I know I can't have the perfect fixture every game. Like, I'll always just captain a big hitter. I've seen like people on Twitter captaining people like Tammy Abraham, and fair enough, he was maybe a bit unlucky not to score, but that's just a risk. I can't have the perfect captain every week. Like this week, fair enough, like the stats have been coming for Kane. Well, the goals have been coming based on the stats. I wasn't expecting 2 versus Everton. Obviously, the first one was a bit lucky. But still got a goal from Lukaku, so I can't complain too much. Yeah, like, to be fair, Morata has had quite a few shots at this point. It's not quite... You know what I mean? He's not Harry Kane or even Lukaku, but he's also played less minutes. 5 shots on target, 3 goals. And plus Hazard's back now, so I'm definitely not writing Morata off. Everyone that's got Kane will captain this week, yeah. He'll be the... he should be the most captain player. Triple up on Kane, Eriksen, Ali. Do you know what I'd love to? I'd love to go 4 Spurs. The same as last year, really. But Ben Davies just looks too good at the back. How crazy is it to have neither Kane or Lukaku? You tell me. There's a poll, top right corner, click the little eye, and you can vote on your thoughts on that exact matter. And while you're doing that, don't forget to hit the like button, people. We're nearly at 100 already. It'd be awesome to get there ASAP. And obviously, if you are new around here, don't forget to sub as well. Coming up on the 4,500 sub mark now. 5k is just weeks away. Eriksen or Salah? Eriksen for me. Eriksen just looks really good. Even though I was saying I'd probably go Ali if I was wildcarding. I'd probably go Pogba. It's all, I don't know. I'm all over the place. I honestly think Eriksen... I think Pogba and Mkhitaryan, I think fair enough if you go Pogba. But with Ali and Eriksen, it's got to be one of the biggest coin tosses in FPL. I said that on Twitter at the weekend. Like, who'd you go for? You just pick one and wait for them to do the business. Plans for Atsu. I mean, a lot of people... One thing I keep forgetting about is we've just had an international break, right? So he's played twice for Ghana, I think it is. So I'm hoping that benching was a result of that, and hopefully he'll come straight back into the first team. I'm not expecting miracles from him. He's only 5 million. I don't need him to do well for me every week. He's enabling the rest of the team. I mean, potentially I could have a front 7 that includes Mkhitaryan, Salah, Eriksen, Firmino, Jesus, and Kane. And to do that, I have to have Atsu, and that's not the end of the world, I don't think. Bales are not at 5k yet, but we're coming up to it. Is Mark ready to talk about his wildcard? Yeah, of course. He'll be on the Scoutcast tomorrow. There's going to be 5 of us tomorrow on the Scoutcast. I think Gramble's coming on because he wants to have a go at Mark about the wildcard, basically. Thoughts on Vardy? So, Vardy's an interesting one. I think he's probably scored a few more than he deserves. I mean, he's on penalties, which always helps, I suppose. Okay fixtures coming up, to be fair, but when Firmino's only 0.1 million more, it's hard to justify Vardy. Yeah, I think Mark's going to finish on about 38. Thoughts on Gross? I haven't seen the game, to be fair, so I am mostly basing this off stats and whatnot. Expected goals in particular, but it looks like Brighton was super lucky. Like, Gross to get 2 goals and assists, I don't think that's happening again for a while. Brighton in general just don't look like they're going to score goals. But we'll see. We'll see. Az is obviously loving it. I'm not... People are looking to bring him in, but that's just such a knee-jerk. Eriksen or Lukaku for captain in Game Week 5. I think I'd captain Eriksen, to be honest. I really think there's a lot of goals for Spurs in that game. You took an 8-point hit. Davies in for Bertrand and Salah in for Silva. Wow. Yeah, Jesus is a good shout. Stevens and Yoshida to Davies and Maguire. Is it worth a -4? I mean, it's probably going to pay you back, yeah, over a good few weeks, to be honest. Gross heat spat on FFS is pretty strange. I've not looked at it, to be honest. Will Oxlade-Chamberlain play? Probably not. What do I think about Davies versus Trippier? It's got to be Davies. You'd love Sané to be nailed. Yeah, we all would, but it's just not. There's not much we can do about it, really. Ali or De Bruyne? Still Ali. Bertrand to Davies for free. Seems like a good move to me. Am I not worried about Lukaku's ownership if you sell him? His ownership only matters if he absolutely smashes the person I bring in. I mean, right now, Jesus is 2 points behind Lukaku with a lot less minutes for $1 million less. It's more like 1.2 million now for me. So is that 2 points worth 1.2 million? That is the question. Over 4 games. So half a point a game for 1.2 million. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about me not selling Lukaku, to be honest. It will be hard, especially for -4, but I don't know. It's basically Lukaku, Abraham, Kolasinac, and Davies. Or Jesus, Firmino, Davies. Sorry, no, forget Davies. He's in both of them. It's Lukaku, Abraham, and Kolasinac. Or Jesus, Firmino, and, I don't know, Daniels. Something like that. And when you compare all 3 of those players, who's going to do the best? Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you guys to tell me which I should do because I know everyone's gonna say keep Lukaku. Alonso or Davies? I just think Davies is a better option right now for the money. The thing is, I won't have to watch Lukaku behind the couch because if he does well, I'm happy that he's scoring for Man United, so it's not the end of the world. Obviously, if he goes and bangs in a hat-trick against Everton, then that'll be... and we win the game. That would be a bit of a nightmare. Keep Dan for this game week or switch to Davies. Scott Dan, man. How has he not scored? I think I would just get Davies in. My advice is always going to be to get Davies now, so it's like I'm a bit biased because I want him in. Would I consider Captain Ali if he didn't own Kane? Yeah, absolutely. Regarding Elliott versus Foster, the bookies odds are slightly better for a West Brom clean sheet than Newcastle. Cheers for that. The Fantasy Freak. Or Abu Bakar. Bakar. You have to excuse my awful pronunciation. But yeah, I think I'm going Foster. Have I considered Kane's form at Wembley? Not really. Good fixture. I think you can do well. Luke was pondering getting Davies in last week's Scoutcast. Yeah, I don't think he did. He though? I don't think he did. You've got Arnautovic, don't ban you. Don't worry, I'm not going to ban you. Why would I ban you just because you got Arnautovic? Yeah, forget Danny Rose. If he comes back, fair enough. Cheeky Davies captain in Game Week 5. Nah, not for me. Mane to Mkhitaryan or Salah. I think I'd get Salah. The only thing you have to worry about with Salah is how well will Liverpool do after Champions League and without Mane. I still think Coutinho is going to come in. And he's going to take that spot from... well, he's not going to take it from Mane, but he's going to play while Mane's out. And, like... he was on the ball for Brazil, so it's not like he's lacking complete match fitness. He's probably going to get minutes in the Champions League. I think he's going to do well. You want to watch the stream on my FPL account, but you won't recognise me. The name is FPL Jamie. Go for it. What's up, TM? You have 4.9 million to upgrade Gabbiadini to either Morata or Lukaku. Probably Morata and save the money. If you haven't already got Lukaku, maybe just don't bring him in right now. Walker or Mendy? I think it's got to be Mendy, hasn't it? Chicharito out or keep? I'd be tempted to keep him if you already own him. I think West Ham have still got okay fixtures. He was playing out wide. I don't know, they won, so maybe Bilic will keep playing Carroll down the middle, but I don't know. And he was coming back from internationals, so we'll see. Reckon we see Coutinho in behind Mane, Firmino and Salah and think that benefits the front three. Yeah, I guarantee. I think that's out to be long term, but obviously with Mane suspended, and I think Coutinho just slots into that left wing role. You know, left-sided role, left inside forward, whatever you want to call it. And then they just roll with the same midfield three, or make use of their centre midfielders for the midfield three. Would I drop Jones for Davies? Probably not. I'd want to find another way to get him in. Which player am I getting rid of for Davies? It depends which way round I do it. If I go for Abraham and don't upgrade attack, then I could do Sutner to Davies. If I go the Jesus Firmino way, or Firmino route, then it would have to be Bertrand. So it depends. Play me or Norton? I'd have to check their fixtures. Oh yeah, Burnley got Liverpool away. What was? Oh, Swansea got. Oh, I'd play the Burnley dude. Me. I think me. I don't think he's got great attacking potential, but I think he's got attacking potential. Norton, especially in a back four, is probably not as good. Liverpool aren't good at defending set pieces, so I think it's got to be me. I think Spurs are going to smash Swansea, whereas I think Liverpool will beat Burnley. I don't know if they'll smash them though. Not worried about Rose, not hugely. Jesus or Morata? If you told me before I checked the fixtures, I'd probably say Morata, but Jesus, man. Oh, actually, I was supposed to mention that. Someone's just reminded me from saying Ward. I did promise it would be early in the stream, but a few of you asked me on the last few streams. So Orla, my girlfriend, we're in a league. She's beaten me for the first time. I'm on 45, she's on 53 and counting. No, I think it's just 53. She wanted to mention that I'd lost this week. And also that she picked Ward. She's not looking at Ben Mee. She picked Ward 8 points. That's to go with the 7 in the first game with the assist. Oh no, sorry, the goal. It's doing alright. Are there polls up? There are indeed. We'll go through them very shortly. Have I seen the Stoke Burnley defensive rotation? It's pretty good. People have been telling me that the Bournemouth Burnley one's good as well. Tom Carroll and Chicharito, or Brady or Gross and Tammy. It depends. Are you having to play Tom Carroll? I guess you probably are. No, don't worry. I'm not making transfers until after the Champions League. Yeah. So the other thing about going the Sutner route and getting Abraham in is it means I get to keep Lukaku in. It also means I'll have like another million or so to get Kolasinac in. So I could potentially have the defence of Kolasinac, Bertrand and Davies. How's it going, Trev? Tom Carroll 5th mid. I'd probably just keep... I don't know, Abraham's fixtures are nice. Just not this week. That's a tough one, to be honest. Now, I know Bertrand's probably not the greatest option longer term now, but He'd be okay for now, I think, and I can get rid of him eventually. Lukaku out for Kane captain this week. I think, honestly, I think if you're just going to have one, I think Kane is the better option. Everyone forgetting the Europe curse with Spurs could demoralise and tire them against fast Dortmund. Yeah, we'll have to see how they do. The thing is, I don't think, unless he gets injured, I don't think there's much that can stop me captain Lukaku this week. I just don't think I have a better option, really. Is there a way that you can wait a week on Lukaku out, but still go Firmino, Jesus? No. Oh, well, I could do Bertrand to Davies for free, but I'd have to keep Gabbiadini. I really don't want to do that. And obviously then I could do the Jesus Firmino move after that, but I just think I want Firmino in this week against Burnley. Leicester or Newcastle after that. Did I say Captain Lukaku? I meant Kane, if I said something different. Gabbiadini's better than Tammy for this week. Is he though? Yeah, I suppose he is, but Gabbiadini's going to drop in price as well, which is a bit annoying. I don't want to make moves just based on price, but let's be honest, I'm not keeping Gabbiadini long term. Don't want to lose too much money on him. Obviously, the other option is just to get rid of Gabbiadini completely and get in a 4.5 million. Yeah, I looked at, did I say Captain Bentner? No, I didn't. iPhone announcement tomorrow. Am I looking forward to it? I couldn't look forward to much things less than an iPhone announcement. Be the same old crap, and Android will still be better value for money. Yeah, Bellerin 5.9 or Klassenak 6 million. I've looked at Bellerin. I just think it is worth spending that extra 0.1. Yeah, Vardy, that is a good point. Vardy has no Champions League, so he's getting rested every week. Or having a nice long rest every week. Oh, excuse me. Knackered already. It's what all these late start. Abraham, Davies and Klassenak is definitely the more balanced option. Is it though? You gotta remember I get Firmino. Like I said earlier, it's... Oh, I don't know, I'll have to work it out later. I'll do a tweet about it afterwards. There's a really good point in the Arsenal game where Bellerin crossed it in straight onto Klassenak for a volley. That would have been so good. Thoughts on Hazard? I think he's a wait and see. With the options we got in midfield, it's very hard to go and spend the extra on a Hazard. We don't know if he's going to... You know, we expect him to perform well, but maybe he'll just make Morata a better option. Who am I backing this week? Chelsea or Arsenal? Chelsea. Who do I think is the best value forward? I think it could be Firmino. We'll have to wait and see on that though. He looks like decent value. On penalties really helps. Oh my god, excuse me. Oh yeah, so Matt's got it pretty much right. So I'm going to have Davies either way. So it's Jesus, Firmino and Daniels. Or Lukaku, Tammy and Klassenak. That's so close. Can I afford Gabbiadini, Atsu and Bertrand to Firmino 4 point... Nah. Nowhere near. Not nowhere near, but no, I can't afford it. Foster, Elliott and I'm going Foster. Lukaku and Bertrand versus Mahrez and Sigurdsson. That doesn't make too much sense. There's a forward and a defender versus two mids. Is De Bruyne nailed City? I mean, De Bruyne is going to start most games, but is he always going to be attacking? We don't know. Do we think Tammy is on penalties? I actually don't know, to be honest. Ali's turn for a haul this week. Could be. We could also see like a 5-goal hammering maybe. Finally get those points in at Wembley. Yeah, I think you're probably right. It would seem that if they're going to both start regularly, Bonnie will probably get them. We had them before, right? 43 this week's good. Not really. So it's not awful compared to what other people have scored, but it's not great. De Bruyne was only attacking because it's 10-man Liverpool. I don't agree with that. I think he was more attacking even before the sending off. I mean, let's be honest. It was his goal, his pass that made that. His assist for the Aguero goal. So I don't think it was just because Liverpool, but obviously Man City really went on the attack once they were down to 10 men. Is Moreno from Liverpool a good shout for 4.5 million? He's okay, but are Liverpool going to keep clean sheets and is he going to get enough attacking returns? Maybe it doesn't matter for 4.5. You can take the risk. They got Burnley at home, which is nice. I just don't know. I feel like they're just too good to be true, those 4.5 million Liverpool players. We'll see. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the stream, hit that like button. If you are new around here, make sure to hit subscribe. Let you know when we're next going live, which will be Thursday, by the way. 4,417 subs now, coming up to 4,500. Time to get rid of Saints double up. Yeah, I think so. How many points did I get? It's on the screen. Double up on Spurs mids or Man United mids? Spurs, I think. Well, I think Spurs mids are better than Man United, but they're also more expensive, so I'd probably go Pogba and Eriksen. I look a little bored today. No, I'm not bored. Very tired, though. Have I considered Joselu over Tammy? But is he going to keep starting once... I think Gale's injured, right? I mean, Joselu has looked okay. 5.5 million, similar price. Decent enough fixtures. I don't know about Gale, though. What's my total score? 221. So that's about 55 a game week. That's not bad. It's just been getting slowly worse after the first game week. That's the only problem. I feel like I'm getting a bit complacent because I started off well. Like I've only made one transfer every week. Joselu will start how to go. Fair enough. I mean, it's an option. I don't know. Seriously, I can't stop you on. I have to apologise. I'll tell you what this reminds me of is like last year. I had Charlie Austin as my third striker, and he was absolutely nailed on my third striker. I even said at the start of this season, if I knew that Austin was nailed, he'd be almost nailed in my team. And then as soon as Austin got injured last year, I struggled to get another cheap third striker. And in the end, that's what made me go 3-5-2. And I'm thinking that already this year. Yes, I could go Abraham. Yes, I could go Joselu, but I'm never going to be happy with them. And do I really want to double on Newcastle attack? Probably not. So I'm figuring I just get the money and spend it on Firmino. Don't know. This year's 3-5-2 is 3 elite strikers. I have looked at that, but it would cost me a lot to do. I'd have to get rid of Mkhitaryan, most likely, or Salah. And I'm just not prepared to do either of that right now. Oh god, I've stopped yawning. I cannot stop. What a nightmare. See you later, Mr. Frink. 2:30 AM. Hardcore. It's only 10:30 here and I still can't stay awake. Keep Cedric or Bertrand. If you need the money, get rid of Bertrand. But I mean, he's probably the better option out of those two still. But over the next 3, I don't really foresee too many clean sheets for Southampton. Drink a cold drink. I got water next to me. Maybe that's not really helping. See you later, Jamie. Do I think Gross or Brady are long-term prospects? Only if you don't expect points every week. Firmino will not start after the Champions League game. I don't know if that's true. Why am I totally dismissing a wild card? Because I don't really think I need one. I mean, who would you change in my team? Thoughts on Rory at Palace or Woy? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, yes, they're probably more set up for a manager like that, so maybe they'll become better defensively. Is he going to get Benteke playing, though? I know, a lot depends on Zaha, I suppose. Overall rank's like 305k right now. Something like that. By the way, if you haven't already, don't forget to vote on the polls. Top right hand corner, click the little eye. We'll go through them in a sec. There's 5 at the moment. Game week 4 points. Kane and or Lukaku in your team. Ben Davies, best Mane replacement, and your game week 5 captain right now. See you later, Jossie. Cheers for tuning in. I'd probably go Pogba. Ericsson out of Ericsson, Coutinho or Mkhitaryan. Wait on Paul with Mane out. I still think they're going to go for goals. Am I happy with my start? Yeah, I think I have to be. Like, if you've given me just over 300k, an average of 55 every week for the first 4 weeks, 2 free transfers in my pocket, not having to worry about wild card, I think I'm okay. I think I'm happy enough with it, yeah. It could have been much better, but it could have been a lot worse. It was much worse last week, yeah. Davies or Trippier for 0.3 less? Davies. Sterling worth consideration? No. He's just not guaranteed to start. Call it a day. No, I'm alright. I'll mosey on. Davies will probably rise again before you get him. I can still afford him, but yeah, it would be a bit annoying if he rises again. You don't get what the wildcard is about. You can basically completely overhaul your team. Unlimited transfers. Downgrade Mkhitaryan and go Gabby. Okay, let me see what how much I'd have to. I don't really want to get rid of Mkhitaryan though, to be honest. I made money on him, but that's just for argument's sake. Put Jesus in. Oh, that's another option, man. Oh, do you know what? I'd have to do it before any changes in price. Hang on a second. But it would make my midfield awful, though, to be honest. I'd have to get someone like Choupo-Moting in, which is just full knee-jerk. But for a 4-pointer, I could do Gabbiadini to Jesus, Mkhitaryan to Choupo-Moting, and again, Bertrand to Davies for exact money. I don't know. If he rises, does it ruin Jesus Firmino? No, I've got 0.2 million to worry about that. But Gabbiadini could fall in price. Sell him on the exact money. Choupo-Moting. That's horrible. I don't think I'm going to go that way. I think three up front. I think 3 elite strikers up front is too much when you got Firmino there. Is it? I mean, I don't think Choupo-Moting is 100% an out-and-out striker. He's not playing as an out-and-out striker. What if I get... Oh wow, I'm right as the top scoring. 1.1 million. Nah, not doing it. I've actually looked at Kane, Firmino and Vardy. How about that? Lukaku to Morata is a great money saver. Yeah, I've said this. I've said this since game week 1. I don't think we can go Lukaku and Kane like for the whole season. I just think there's not enough value in there when you're not captaining both of them, which obviously you can't. Spurs won't play wing backs against Swansea. What makes you think that? Would I keep Richie? Yeah, I think so. Your overall is 2-2-1. Do you still think you can win fantasy? Yeah, sure. Cheers, Torch. I'm going to butcher your name, I'm sorry. When am I planning to use the free hit? Probably in a blank game week. You think Mark made a mess of his wildcard? Well, tune into the Scoutcast and he will try and justify it tomorrow for you. Jesus versus Lukaku versus Morata versus Lacazette. Thoughts on best value? I think it's probably Morata and Jesus. How important is it to have 3 playing subs? Long term, it probably is important, especially over Christmas. Right now, I think I can do okay with Long on the bench. Polls, yeah, I'll do them now. Last chance to vote on the polls. Top right hand corner, top right hand corner. While you're doing that, don't forget to hit the like button. We're only 12 off 150. Be awesome to get to that before we quickly do the polls in a sec. Is there a way you can see Mark's team? Yeah, his ID is 370. Think you need to bin Higazi? Yeah, you probably do. What did Pep say about Jesus that put you off him? Apart from the fact he loves him. Flow of the chat and you picking up questions is much better with around 300 listeners. When it's 500 plus, it becomes too much. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to worry about going 500 plus again. Maybe at maybe around double game week time, but we had 600 plus before the before season. I think right now we're at kind of our we usually get about 300-ish listeners or viewers now, which is cool. Okay, polls. I'll do them for real. I always forget. That sometimes Man City won't play with a striker or just Aguero. Did he actually say that? I don't know. I don't know if I believe him. Okay. So, first one up is game week 4 points, just to get an idea of the average. There's over 240 votes, so 37% had 41 to 50. 27% 51 to 60, 19% 31 to 40, with just 13% of everyone that voted getting 60 plus, and 1% of you got less than 30. Unlucky to those people. Kane and or Lukaku, or that should have said or neither. So 54% of you say go with both, 27% say just Kane, 15% says just Lukaku, and 2% say neither is an option. Neither. I don't know if I agree with neither. Just Kane, 27%. I honestly think you can do that. Whether or not I'll do it is a different matter, but yes, I think it could be worthwhile. Ben Davies, 55% say he's an excellent choice. I should have maybe called that essential. 17% apparently not interested in him at all, and 27% already own him. Well played to those 27%. Best Mane replacement, 46% say Eriksen, 21% say Ali, 19% say Salah, 5% say Pogba, and 6% say other. Somebody else. I kind of think that Eriksen's probably the best option, to be honest. And then game week 5 captain, early look basically, but I'm sure this is going to be Kane. 82% say Kane, 6% say Lukaku, 4% say Salah or Firmino, 2% say Jesus, and 4% say someone else. 82% on Kane. I think that's what we're going to see in FPL this week. Don't get me wrong, love your streams, but when are you going to do another showdown and featuring episode? I don't know. Showdown, I liked the idea, and I think if I could have done another one, I would have interacted with the chat more and been able to present it more. But it kind of put me off that I couldn't do it like this with everything on the screen. Because I had to do it as a hangout, everything kept swapping. So I didn't really like that way of doing it. And I tried to do it this way, like I'm streaming now, but with another person on the screen. It just doesn't work, they can't hear me. So I think it would have been good. Featuring, I mean, I could just do a hangout and do it like they do on the Scoutcast. But to be honest, sometimes it's just easier just to schedule it around me, basically. There are a few people I'd like to get on at some point, though. We will see, we will see. Am I praying for the Friday night game to be 0-0? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll get some people on before the end of the season. It's just, I don't know, it's just easier to not have to revolve it around someone else's schedule, make sure they've got all the right equipment, make sure it's all working, etc, etc. Won't Rose replace Davies in a few weeks? Yeah, he might do, he might not. (1-0) Daniel Screamer. Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I might not even have Sutner, so at that point I'd be happy with that. No, you did say, you said Luke and Andy. Is Maguire being overlooked with such good fixtures? Yeah, I think Maguire's a great option when the fixtures term. There's just so many players in defence we need right now. Jesus or Morata? I've suddenly become a Jesus fan, so I'm going to have to say him. Yeah, Bournemouth fixtures are not good after Brighton. Not really. No worries, Chris. Cheers for tuning in. Yeah, Az absolutely smashed it. He didn't even say Daniels Hamilton, he said Davies. Do you know what? I'm not really that interested in Everton. Fixtures are going to turn, yes. It's always hard because you can say a team's like out of form or not doing that well, but sometimes obviously the fixtures play into it. But I think 6 and 8.5 million is too much. Rooney, not hugely interested in him. 5.5 million for a defender, or 6 million for Baines is too much, I think. Now, if I go the Abraham route, then potentially I could do Bertrand to Keane. And will they keep clean sheets? I mean, there are very good fixtures, so they could keep clean sheets, but I don't know. Calvert-Lewin, yeah, I've actually looked at him instead of basically as bench fodder and go 4-4-2. Yeah, I'm not interested in it. In Sigurdsson, don't think. Holgate is 4.4 million, that is true. But he didn't play in the last game. Well, he didn't start. Thoughts on ditching Lukaku and going triple United defence? Nah, not for me. There's too many other good defenders to worry about tripling on Man United ones. Plus, who'd you get? You'd have to get Bailly, Jones and Valencia. I don't think it's good value for money. Is this my long-going squad? Yeah. I think you mean long-term squad, right? Think Jesus will go back in price? Probably will. Gary, go to Gameweek history on your profile and just change your ID for 370 in the URL. What transfers am I making? We're still undecided about that, to be honest. Scoutcast will be 9:30 tomorrow. Mane out tonight to avoid the price drop. Thoughts on getting Coutinho instead of the obvious Salah? I don't know, I really like Salah, to be honest, so I can't get behind that. Yeah, that's a tough one. Would you prioritise getting rid of getting Ali or Ericsson this week, or Ben Davies? So, without being really annoying, it depends who you're getting rid of, to be honest. Who's the more, who's like the more prominent transfer you need to make? Will I be doing another stream? Yeah, probably on Thursday. I mean, I'd say probably Ericsson in front of Davies, but it does depend who you get rid of. Kane or Firmino captain, you feel like taking a risk. Why though? Why do you need to take the risk? The fact you're saying it's a risk kind of gives you your answer, I reckon. See you later, Adam. Cheers for tuning in. Pedro, William, I mean, we're not guaranteed either that will start. It looks like Pedro will probably get the nod. Not that interested though, to be honest. I think really you're looking at Morata or Hazard from Chelsea. I'm guessing you won't captain the Spurs mid if you have Kane, so is he really that essential? Good point, yeah. Who would be a differential? The differential might be not looking for the differential. Go for the obvious. Mane out and use the cash for Ali or Davies. Probably Ali. Or Ericsson if you're so inclined. Cheers, Rahul. Ali or Lukaku for captain. I'd go Ali, I think. I would always favour the Spurs attackers this week. I think Swansea at home's a good idea. Good fixture. Are you considering Davies? He's almost certain to be in my team next week. What score am I aiming for this week? 55. I mean, it'd be nice to get a big score on the board. 70, 80, something like that. Differential town. Population equals Serge Aurier. If I could guarantee he was going to start this week, I'd be interested. When am I going to look at the league? Probably not. I'll probably do that on the review video instead. Antonio on the radar, 7.5 million. Yes, he is, but I want to see a bit more really. Apparently he was really good tonight, but I can't say I watched the game, so I don't know. Any Palace players set to improve? I mean, Saka's going to come in, so their defence might improve straight away. Worth keeping an eye on. Otherwise, I feel like Benteke's not getting in our team. And then it's Zaha, really. People are overlooking Gross. I think for good reason, to be honest. Apart from scores and price so far, if you could swap Mkhitaryan for Pogba for free, would you? Yeah, I think so. To be honest. Pogba looks dangerous. Getting forward. Mkhitaryan just struggles to get in the box. Doesn't have those shots inside the box. I don't know though. The problem is people are going to start losing faith in Mkhitaryan really quick. But I think I said this either on the Scoutcast or the last stream. Ozil kind of had a season like this a couple of years ago, where he was mostly just getting assists and a bit of bonus to go with it. And so, but yeah, so basically Ozil was just mainly assisting. He chipped in with the odd goal here or there. And I'm sure Mkhitaryan will get a few goals for the end of the season. But Ozil was really good value. And when you get Mkhitaryan at 8 million, even if he is just going to assist most of the season, he's still good value, I think. So, yes, I'd probably swap to Pogba, but I'm really happy to own him still for now. Simpson is a waste at 4.5 million. I don't know if he's a waste. 4.5 million is an okay price. Nice enough fixtures coming up. The amount of corners United are scoring, he could get 10 plus assists from that line. There you go. Matt has spoken. What effect will Mane's absence have on Firmino? I think generally Liverpool, in general, Liverpool may not do as well without Mane. And we saw it last season when he went to African Cup of Nations. Liverpool suddenly weren't as good. That might happen again, but I think it's a bit different this year with Salah and Coutinho on the with Salah in the team and then Coutinho who can come back. Don't forget, lads, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It'd be really appreciated. Let's see if we can get to 200 before the stream ends. There's 300 of you watching. I'm sure you haven't all hit it already. Be much appreciated. Charlie Austin could be a good differential if Gabby needs a drop. Absolutely 100% agree with you, but that's a very big if and when, to be honest. Actually, talking about corners, I've actually got my fantasy island wrist lined up already. Getting Wimmer to up the Spurs rejects in your team. Gomez, Carroll, Norton, and Wimmer. I like that. I like that plan of action. Lacazette. I mean, to be fair, Arsenal's fixtures are pretty decent after Chelsea. Be a tempter for sure. Worth considering Ozil? I don't think so. Davies, Jesus, and Firmino. I'd almost want to do that just because my team's then so much different than it was before. Sometimes it's nice just to have a freshen up. I'm not too worried about Liverpool playing away from home. I think the way they play, they can just score home or away. If you had to choose between Kane and Lukaku, I'd go with Kane. You got 2 free chances, you don't know what to do with it. That's kind of what I was like last season. You missed last season's stream. Which one? There was loads. Disappointed that actually didn't start. I was expected. I didn't expect it, but then people did point out there was internationals, so that's probably why. Thoughts on Aaron Cresswell? I still worry about the amount of clean sheets that West Ham can keep, but he is creating quite a few chances. Foster or Fabianski? I think Fabianski going forward. Forwards, sorry. I'm not playing Champions League fantasy. I can't remember if I just answered that or not, but I'm not. Bring back the old music playlist. But this has got so many more songs on, so it doesn't repeat so often. Yeah, exactly. Jesus is definitely the main man, to be fair. Hopefully they can... They're playing what? No, who are they playing in the Champions League? I can't remember who it was. I was going to say Karabag. Oh, Feyenoord away. Okay, so need them to get a couple of goals. Then maybe he gets taken off again. Rested for his absolute mauling in the next game. Thoughts on Aaron Moy? He is what he is. He's a cheap midfielder that's going to get you points every now and again, but he's not going to score week in, week out. He's done a few set pieces, I think. I'll put Candyland on for you now. I'll even turn up a bit. for tuning in, and apologies, a bit tired tonight. Hopefully it wasn't too bad to watch. But yeah, we'll be back again later in the week. For hopefully I'll actually have done some interesting transfers for once. If not, I might be stuck with Abraham and Davies. And Abraham against Spurs I don't even want to play, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, cheers for watching all.